Shaunae Miller of the Bahamas won gold in dramatic fashion in the women's 400-meter final Monday night in Rio. With 50 meters to go, Miller had the reigning world champion, American Felix, gaining on her. And on a wet, rainy night at the Olympic Stadium, Miller took a leap of faith at the finish line, diving and sliding along the track to upset the American with only 7/100ths of a second separating the two athletes. Miller set a personal best, winning in 49.44 seconds. Felix finished in 49.51, while Jamaica's Shericka Jackson won bronze in 49.85. "I don't know what happened. My mind just went blank," Miller said. "The only thing I was thinking about was the gold medal, and the next thing I know, I was on the ground." Miller didn't get up for several minutes after taking the leap, laying on her back catching her breath and almost in disbelief in what just happened. Her first sign she'd won came from the stands, from a familiar voice. "I heard my mom screaming," Miller said. "When I heard her screaming, I was like, grave accent, okay, I had to have won the race." Miller came out strong in lane 7, and never gave up her lead. She faded coming down the final stretch, but held off Felix, who quickly closed the gap in lane 4. Felix's silver is her 7th Olympic medal, making her the most decorated American female track and field Olympian. Among her accolades include gold medals in the 200, the 4x100 and the 4x400 relay teams at the 2012 London Olympics. Kenya's Rudisha defends 800 gold. Kenya's David Lekuta Rudisha is once again the Olympic champion in the men's 800. The current world record holder cruised to his second career gold medal in Rio on Monday, winning in 1 minute 42.15 seconds to defend his title. "I am so excited. It is the greatest moment of my career," said Rudisha, who suffered a string of injuries since London 2012. "It's been very difficult. I have stayed focused and positive. My coach has been great and given me hope." Algeria's Taoufik Makhloufi won silver in 1:42.61, a national record, while American Clayton Murphy won bronze with a personal best 1:42.93, winning his country's first medal in the 800 since Johnny Gray 1992. Rudisha ran in the middle of the pack for the first half of the race, while fellow Kenyan Alfred Kipketer came flying out of the blocks, running the first 400 in 49.23. He would finish 7th. With the win, Rudisha became the first man since New Zealand's Peter Snell in 1964 to successfully defend the Olympic 800 title. Canadians Watson, Montcalm advance in women's 400m hurdles. Sage Watson and Noelle Montcalm each advanced to the semifinals in the women's 400 hurdles, both finishing second in their respective heats. Watson, from Medicine Hat, Alta, ran a 55.93, while Watson, from Bell River, O&T, ran a 56.07. Toronto's Janice Chase Taylor did not qualify for Tuesday's semifinal after tripping over the final hurdle in her heat race. Jamaica's Carter given second chance amid rain following disqualification. Jamaica's Deuce Carter advanced to the semi-finals of the Olympic 110-meter hurdles at the second attempt on Monday after he was allowed to take part in a rerun heat after rain played havoc with the competition. Jamaica's Omar McLeod splashed through the puddles to win the first heat, but compatriot Carter, completely thrown by running in rain for the first time, was disqualified from his heat after hitting a hurdle and going out of his lane. More rain eventually led to the suspension of the heats, but not before the first two had been run in what McLeod described as atrocious conditions. "I was trying my hardest to console him, but he was really devastated," said McLeod, the gold medal favorite. "I can't just imagine how he feels. It's his first Olympics and he had the ability to make the final. It's heartbreaking, to be honest." However, organizers decided that Carter and 7 other athletes who failed to qualify by place from the first 2 heats would be allowed to run again in the heat after all the other scheduled races had been completed. This decision was taken to ensure fairness, because the conditions for heats 1 and 2 were dramatically different than the other heats, the IAAF said in a statement. Carter duly won the rerun in 13.50 seconds, though he looked thoroughly miserable about the whole thing despite his unusual reprieve.